We'll start with question 1, which is an arithmetic question with an incomplete table. We're told that a school has 120 pupils in 5 year groups, and the table given, shown here, we can see that we have some details, but not others. The next line tells us that there's a probability of 1 in 12 that a boy selected at random is in year 4, namely out of the total number of boys, which we can call T, a boy selected at random has a 1 in 12 chance of being from year 4, so we can call that X, and we should know that X over this T value is 1 in 12. What the question is asking is the probability that a year 4 pupil selected at random is a boy, namely that within the year 4 row, what proportion of the pupils in year 4 are boys. So for that we will need the total number of pupils in year 4, which we can call Y. Now that we've identified our unknowns, we know how to proceed with the question to find the answer. So let's find the unknowns. We know that the total number of boys and girls must add up to 120, so finding T becomes straightforward. 120 minus 48, which we know to be 72, so we can drag that in. We also know that the sum of the children in each of the 5 classes adds up to 120, so we can work out what Y is. These values sum to be 104 plus Y, and we know that to equal 120. That means that Y must be 16. Now that we have our values, all that's left is to return to our equations. We know that X over T equals 1 over 12 from earlier, and we found out that T is actually 72. So let's fill that in. So X over 72 is 1 over 12. Now that might seem complicated unless you realise that there's a factor of 6 separating the two of them, so X must equal 6. So moving that 6 over, we now know our answer is 6 over Y, while we know from earlier that Y is 16. So let's fill that in. Simplifying this, we know that the answer is 3 over 8, which directly corresponds to one of the answers, namely D. So we can say comfortably that the answer is D. As you can tell, identifying the individual unknowns that were required for the question is a much better approach than, for example, trying to find all of the unknowns and then picking out the ones you need. This way we reach the answer much more quickly.